Bring on Liverpool tomorrow, man. Apologies for being late. You would have seen the last stream overran. Let's quickly run through everything. We got to go over Mikel Arteta's press conference, go over any transfer news, etc., etc. Smash the like button, get involved in the chat. Now, I don't need to tell you, lot, Liverpool. My thing is, I can't really say you expect to beat Liverpool, but what's in our favour? We're in a better moment. We've been in good form. Obviously, we're playing at the Emirates. I think we've been a bit shaky from away from home. As element of revenge, Liverpool beat us at their place. But we got to remember, and I do make sure Buzz like, right, they're not playing the champions, we are. Again, and what adds extra spice, I think the players will be aware, but they won't read too much stock into it. Obviously, Manchester City are playing today. We will be doing a watch along for that, so make sure you're there for such people. So yeah, man, we got to get on with it. You know, in my mind, I don't care about Liverpool's form. If they're in a good moment, if they're in a bad moment, we should always have the belief that it is the best Liverpool side. They've spent money. They are reigning winners. Games have been a bit topsy-turvy. I would say for Arsenal, when you break down our form and the run we've been on and the fact that we've been winning games, everything needs to be perfect. You know, if you get chances in that first half, put the ball in the back of the net. Football's decided at both ends, as we all know, right? Defensively, we need to not make the last half an hour, dare I say, the last minute of football games as nervy as they have been, and we need to score goals. We need to be clinical. In the last two games, we have been clinical. Historically, this season, we haven't. Defensively, I think we're a good team. Previously, we've been a great team. Let's get back to those standards. And we've done well, man. We've started 2026 in the same vein that we left 2025, winning games. And for me, I want to win at the Emirates. I was about to say Anfield. I definitely do. We need to win at the Emirates. We need to win at Portsmouth away. I don't need to tell you about Tuesday with Chelsea. It's a very condensed and jam-packed January period where we're playing in all competitions. But, you know, pressure's a privilege in that, man. GO1 love. T1 love. Damn, you're moving mad, Riley. You're moving mad. But nah, Liverpool are 30 still, man. Should we see everything that Mikel Arteta has had to say? First and foremost, we are going to start with his update on Calafiori, Mascara, and Kai Havertz, who Kai done that thing we do at Arsenal where you're out for time, you're on the bench, we don't really see you again. I haven't read this. I don't expect to see Calafiori or Mascara. Pardon me, Mascara. It sucks with Calafiori. He's one of our best performing players. It's as simple as that, really and truly. What has the gaffer said? We are monitoring, obviously, his load. Pause. He has been out for a long time for two different reasons, and he is very close. That's in relation to Kai. He trained this morning again, and hopefully we are going to have him available in the best version of Kai Havertz, which is great, though. Scrolling all the way down on Calafiori, Ricardo Calafiori and Christian Mascara, they are out. Riley, I'm moving mad. They are out. I think they return pretty soon. They have to go to the last stage of rehab. If everything goes well, hopefully very soon they'll be available for selection. On Hincapie, he said he's been very impressed. He said, obviously, he came in very, very late in the market without preseason and after surgery as well. He's been immense for everything that we asked him to do. He's fulfilled that in various roles as well. I think he's a big boost for the team and another step in terms of what he can bring to the team, which I hear that, man. I hear that. I like Calafiori. I like the problems that we have with depth and who's playing and whatnot. Trouble, big up yourself, same way. Don't forget, folks, straight after this, more or less, Man City against Brighton. Can someone let me know what TV channel that is on in the United Kingdom? If it is on that, I need to get a quick bunch of food as well. I'm starving, lad, starving. What has Arteta said? It's a massive game against the champions of the last Premier League, and we have a point to prove. We're going to have our crowd, our supporters very early, before 8 p.m. Everyone will be there, creating an amazing atmosphere and looking forward to it, which I think we need. I know Kenny, Ken, and DJB, big them up. Make sure you're following Kenny on Instagram. Make sure you're following DJB on YouTube. They're match-going fans, in it. So what they say, you have to listen. But they're of the belief it's not irrelevant, but it's irrelevant. Do your thing on the pitch. Me, let's have it right. I dream of a world where Arsenal win a Premier League or multiple, retain, bully up stuff in Europe, but also away from the obvious things that a fan would want. I want people to, I don't get twisted. I think people come to the Emirates, you know it's a difficult game. You know Arteta is a decent gaffer. You know it's a decent group of players. It's not what it used to be in the early Emirates days, innit? But, and I know we're never going to get this because the Emirates has shown it. Even I'm only 30, but I can remember Highbury. Obviously, it's noisy in the sense that it's a stadium, but we were never the loudest and madness of fans. I dream of a world where people hear the Emirates in the same way you hear Anfield, St. James's Park, this and that. For whatever reason, that's not been that, people. So, yeah, it's on Sky Sports main event. One love for that, Ak, man. Appreciate you. Hard done by last test. I hope the team Nam on the Amiga fish oil and remember to lock in the full 90. They have to, man. Listen, we're going to drop points. City are going to drop points. There's going to be all of this. Like, if we win tomorrow, by God's grace, inshallah, everybody is going to, ask. Nobody can stop us. If we lose, despite saying previous weeks we're going to win, now it's all rubbish and whatnot. City are obviously hoping that, right, you know what? Liverpool always bending over backwards and getting on their knees for us. We do our job against Brighton. You lot do your job against Arsenal. Who knows what could happen? And obviously, I want to beat Liverpool for many reasons that we've discussed and you lot know. But obviously, next week we're playing Nottingham Forest away from home. They're fighting for their lives. We should be winning that same way. But where the Premier League's concerned, we're gonna have to sit with that feeling for a week because regardless of if we win and lose and draw, we're gonna have to focus immediately on Portsmouth on Sunday, and then on Tuesday you've got Chelsea in the League Cup with their new manager. Be interesting to see what sort of Chelsea we see then, and also at the end of the month, Man United. But can only play what's in front of you, which is Liverpool, people. I make him right. What else has he said, people? Our supporters have been unbelievable again this season, and it makes such a difference. We become a different team. The level of energy, commitment, confidence, and desire that we show in every action is transmitted by them. We need them tomorrow and every game. There's nothing like that. You become a different player. Your emotional state is better. Your energy level is better. Your confidence is better. They drive you to get action with a lot of aggression, with a lot of determination, and that lifts the whole team. So that's what we have to provide tomorrow. Of course, that's what we want to hear. It gets everybody going. Like sometimes I think the players have to give some energy for the fans and also the fans. And I'll be real. I think if we didn't make a big song and dance of the Aston Villa game in terms of the atmosphere beyond the obvious, I think it might have been a different game. Let's be honest, man. Like we need to somehow at the Emirates make for again. I ain't no stadium manager. I don't know how you do it, but we get up for the big games. You know, Aston Villa, there's bad blood there. The man them are going to be on it. Liverpool's a big game. They're going to be on it. Real Madrid. And when I say the man them, I'm the galley as well. I'm talking not just the players, but also the fans in it. It's the normal kind of games in it, like them standard 3 p.m. kickoffs, or I don't know. What's a good example, man? Like Sunderland, obviously excluding what we've seen with Sunderland this season, but Sunderland on a I don't know. Sunderland on a Saturday or a Tuesday, Wednesday. It would be a bit of a theatre per se. People get the likes up. Pete, big up you, big up the members and mods. Any chance Gabriel Jesus plays on the left for us, or will Teta keep the more safe 11? To be honest, the 11's picking itself, innit? Like big up Gabriel Jesus. There's probably big up love Arsenal, hate the Ops. There's more logic with maybe Gabriel Jesus playing through the middle, give or take. I don't know where you're at. I don't think Havertz is fully fit, but some might. If I ask you lot, who would you start front? Some might say Havertz, some might say Marino, some might persist with Gyökeres, and some might go with Jesus. For me personally, I kind of think the team picks itself. You know, obviously at left back, we're kind of crippled in that regards. I expect, and expectations lead to disappointments. I'm not Mikel Arteta. I'd expect to see Raya, like my 11, Raya, Gabriel Magalhaes, obviously William Saliba, Jurien Timber on the right, Hincapié on the left. I would love it to be Miles Lewis-Skelly, if I'm honest. No disrespect to Hincapié, because I've said before, I don't really care who goes on that left back spot. I'm a big fan of Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and Hincapié. You lot fight it out. Whoever comes out the training ground winning is what it is. But I have to believe it's going to be Hincapié, innit? In midfield, again, it picks itself. You're not going to see Eze play through the middle instead of Odegaard. So Odegaard's there. You can't be talking to me about playing Liverpool without Declan Rice. So Declan Rice is there. Zubamendinho, you lot know this is the channel that spreads the most. Zubamendi PR, he's there. Would you lot play Madueke ahead of Saka? Because some of you lot in the chat when I was with Kenny Ken and DJB said, start Madueke, start Madueke, start Madueke. I'm going with Bukayo. Trossard picks himself on that left-hand side. He's been our best attacker or more consistent attacker from the start of the season to now. Of course, you know, Saka's bagged in some big games. Eze scored in the North London derby. Everyone remembers Eze's assist for Martinelli. Trossard might not have the most standout moment of the season so far. Magalhaes against Newcastle, but Trossard has had great moments, and he's also been the Don in it. So I think it picks himself. Up front, I must admit, I don't really know. Me, I'm going to persist with Gyökeres. But I do hear the rhetoric, and this might shock people. I do hear the logic with Marino up front. I do think Gabriel Jesus, when he started, has looked like someone that's been missing out. But I do hear that. I do hear that kind of logic. And obviously, maybe even Kai. One thing that Kenny said, yeah, and it is true, and we did see it at Anfield last season, you know, I do think Van Dijk, speaking only when it's an Arsenal thing, When Van Dijk and Kanate have to play against a physical man, a traditional striker like Gyökeres or even Haaland, like obviously Gyökeres is not in the same realm as Haaland, I think they're okay. I think when you've got a Gabriel Jesus, who he must be about 5'8", he's quite strong for a short guy, isn't it? He will play as a traditional striker, but pull out to the left, drop deep. You can't really, you can't hit a moving target type of thing. That's where they struggle. And when Kenny said that, or DJB, I think both of them said it, it made me think, do you go with a Gabriel Jesus from the start? Because he might score, but he might have those misses and the camera pans on him, but he tires them out, does the Brazilians, the chaotic thing. Then you bring your bulldozer Gyökeres on. And to be fair, whether Gyökeres starts or plays 5 minutes, I'd love for him to get a goal against Liverpool, man. I'd love for him. Like Gyökeres, I don't know if you're going to play against Portsmouth. I don't know if you're going to play against Chelsea. I'd imagine you play some part against Liverpool. You'd love him to get 3 goals in a row or just 8. I think this kind of 10 days, if we can call it that, 7 to 10 days. And I think he needs to bag in it. If Calafiori is fit, Arteta will pick him. You never know. The gaffer could be lying. Sometimes he makes us believe players are not going to be there than they are, and vice versa. But if I take his words at face value for gospel, Calafiori and Mascara are not going to be involved. And the way you lot just saw him speak about Kai, he might not be there as well. Even though I think Kai might sneak a little place on the bench, but I have no clue, people. So yeah, he's right with that. What else has he said? We had it a few days ago against Bournemouth after a great win against Villa, and it's going to continue like that until May. We know that because once we are in a position and we're in it, we want to maintain and extend the lead that we have. And in order to do that, our level of determination and desire has to be with that mindset. At the end, we want to win every game, and the most important one is obviously tomorrow's. We know what we have to do to beat them, and now we have to prove it on the pitch. I'm manager, I make you right. What more can you say on that? We'll get into the transfer stuff in just a moment, people. But Opta, I was on Liverpool's website. Opta said some good stats. Liverpool are looking to complete a Premier League double over Arsenal for the 8th time and first time since 2021-22. Their 7 doubles are already the most any side has against the Gunners. Against no team have Arsenal lost more Premier League games than against Liverpool, 26 level with Man United. This will be the first ever Premier League game between Arsenal and Liverpool on a Thursday, with their last league meeting on this day of the week coming at Anfield in December 1947. So does that mean we won? Does that mean we won that game? Because they haven't. Somebody researched that, innit? Like, we must have won that because they didn't tell us the result. Liverpool have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League away games on a Thursday, with the only exception in 2020 being a 4-0 defeat against Man City. Only Burnley's Premier League matches this season have seen more goals in the 90th minute or later 10 than Liverpool's 9. So we've had a knack of conceding some late goals. We didn't need any statistic to know. If there's one team that does that coming back from the dead, it is Liverpool. I don't care what Liverpool's situation is with injuries, with their form, with what you think about Arne Slot. We're playing the Prem champions. Put your best foot forward. And if every individual player does that, the collective takes care of itself. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. Football is decided at both ends. We've conceded a lot of cheap goals this season. I know every goal would be defined as that, but we have. And the last 2 games against Villa and Bournemouth probably have been a step in the right direction. In terms of being clinical, you need to be clinical tomorrow. Take your chances. And again, I'm sure Liverpool will be up for it. They got a difficult run coming up. They're trying to salvage their season, but they probably expect to concede. They have serious problems. I expect to win the midfield. I'm not saying that we're going to completely dominate them. Their midfield is not it at this moment in time. It's not it. Fullbacks are not it. Defensively, you can pull those centre halves apart, which is why I'm even thinking Gabriel Jesus. Or do you go with a Gyökeres? Because if you're playing Gyökeres, Liverpool play a high line. In behind immediately. Once you see him make that run, in behind. So yeah, man, smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't. Unless we sell our wingers, we're not going to buy new ones. Unless we buy them and loan them out. I don't think we're doing anything serious in January. Might get 1-2 loan player, young player, apologies. Might have to look in the loan market depending on the landscape of injuries. Yeah, I voted that Liverpool will win. That's what I believe. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. Nketiah needed to be bought exponentially. I'm not going to lie, yeah. I like Nketiah. But when he signed for us, I did say, and I've told myself accountable in August, I was saying, you wouldn't think he's 23. I think he plays with a level of maturity. He's obviously been on the scene a lot. He definitely doesn't look 23. Admittedly, when he's now played for Arsenal, he's done well, but I prefer him at left back. But then I have to recheck what I was saying. I do think you look like a 23-year-old. You're nothing like Magalhaes. And I hope you don't take a leaf out of his book with what he did in the last game. But you look like a 23-year-old playing centre half, if that makes sense. Terrell, one love. when it big up yourself as well. When it's a right winger who can run at his man and dribbles well, I prefer Hincapié or Calafiori more than MLS. He's still my boy though. I hear it. I'm comfortable with MLS though, man. Like, I'm comfortable because I do think it's a game for bravery. I do think it's a game where if you can kill Liverpool, the only thing that scares me about Liverpool is the fact that we have shot ourselves in the foot. I actually think they're a threat from set pieces as well. I'm not scared about their midfield. Quality players, Gravenberch, all of that. But tactically, I'm not shook. Defensively, I'm not shook because we need to be asking questions. You've got a Trossard in form. Saka does the business. Whatever you think about Gyökeres and Jesus, they're not bad players. You've got Rice making those runs. You've got Odegaard finding a bit of form. Zubamendi conducting. Obviously, I don't expect to see Eze and these kind of guys, but you get where I'm going. Players, teams that have had less have asked problems, and you have to have belief, man. So, yeah, man. Smash the likes, as my guy James has said. Any news on Diomande? To be fair, we just went through the press conference. Radio silence, Rob, on Diomande. But now that you mentioned it, and I think someone said it in another stream, we were told 2 months for Diomande, and no one ain't really asked anything. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Only Bruno Fernandes has been involved in more open play sequences, ending in a shot in the Premier League this season than Szoboszlai. If I'm honest with you, I think they're going to play Szoboszlai right back, I think they're going to play Szoboszlai right back. If I was them, you play Szoboszlai right back if you're trying to do the coaching thing and what he gives you on the ball and that. Based on Trossard purring, or if Martinelli, because you can't rule out even Martinelli starting, even though I'd start Trossard, Connor Bradley. If they play Frimpong, my only fear is obviously he's a decent player in the final third. I think he's shit defensively. Like I think Liverpool will be better next season. I think they've made too much change, and that you're showing that. Our midfield is a lot more functioning at this moment in time. Our defense is a lot more functioning at this time. The hardest thing to do in football is score goals, isn't it? I can't quite say my attackers are fit and firing as a unit, but you get where I'm going. Calafiori's done his thing. I wouldn't even say it's improvement for Calafiori. I just think it's natural in that if you stay fit, get fit, run a games, you start to look a lot better rather than when you're playing 2-3 games. Now you're injured, you're out for a month, you're cold now you're coming back in. You do see that, it's different. But Miles Lewis-Skelly, when he's come in, maybe earlier in the season, he's looked a bit rusty. And it's a bit of a hypocritical thing, but you have to be ready in it, really and truly. God, the Adyemi thing needs to be capped. I cannot take another worse Martinelli at our team. He can't defend. Martinelli can when he's in bad form. You're always in scary territory where you're talking about what your winger can do going backwards, your striker occupying the centre halves and all of that. Not that to say these things don't have validity, but you're overcompensating type of thing, if I'm honest with you. We've gone over that. I was so excited. I've had it up twice. What's this now? Arsenal make transfer inquiries for Adyemi. It can't have been, man. Who have we been linked with in January so far? So that's Karim Adyemi, Matteo Gondozi, who looks like he's going, to Fenerbahce, Bradley McCullough, Arda Güler, Rodrigo, the young Igor Turan, which I believe, because young player, out of contract, them kind of things. But like the household names, you get where I'm going. Can't lie, I'm seeing Bacola links. That would be fire on the left. Big fan of Bacola. I'm a fan of Bacola, yeah. I'm not saying you're saying this, Slims, but fans will be shocked. If you're vexed about Martinelli, like someone said, if you're vexed about Martinelli, you will be vexed about Bacola. He's a very good player, better than Martinelli. But in terms of frustrating, decision-making, missing one-on-ones, and obviously anyone can miss one-on-ones. You get where I'm going. Like, Bacola has the potential, but at the point of walking into the club, I very much doubt he would be a level raiser. But I'm not going to say no to him, if I'm honest. Arsenal have reportedly stepped up interest in Borussia Dortmund for Karim Adyemi. Reports from court offside suggest the club have already made initial inquiries about a possible deal. What do we make of that? Apparently his girlfriend wants to leave Germany, and the German international is believed to be open to a new challenge after a tough season in Germany. His time at the Sigal Gunda Park has not gone as planned in recent months. I love Karim Adyemi. But the Karim Adyemi I have seen at youth level where you tore Spurs open, and this one is correlated, but you're incredibly frustrating as well. Decision making. This is what separates young players. And obviously, I don't care where you find these players because we've got, what's his face, man? Berta's come in. We got the Napoli guy. I don't care if they're young players or experienced players, high profile or not. Like, you can be a game changer in different realms. I just feel we've got too many projects already, like unfinished projects. Like, I know he's 27 and it's different, but getting Eze to do his thing, that's a project. Wanyeri, if he's still here, is a project. I kind of, especially in the attacking ranks, if attackers are coming in, I kind of want level raises, which I thought I was getting with Gyökeres and Eze, to be fair. I kind of want ready-made, set like 85, 90% polished kind of guys, if that makes sense to you. I don't really want, you could help us. Definitely not a bad player, but we'll be saying the same things about him that we're already saying about a lot of players in that attacking unit. He's open to an exit. He has 6 goals and 3 assists in 22 games this season. Not really amazing when you consider it's going to cost 60 million. Arsenal face competition from Man United. I don't think we're going to be like excited to go and get that one done. You would have seen this week we've been linked with Newcastle's Tino Livramento. I'm all for that. We all know Newcastle are going to charge us an arm and a leg. Nobody's expecting that to happen in January. And surely if that is to happen, that probably spells the end of Benjamin White's career at Arsenal. Although, if you offer Benjamin White and some money for Livramento, would Livramento be on it? Would Ben White be on it? Would Newcastle be on it? Would Arsenal be on it? Let me know, man. And it's what Slim's saying here, man. Bacola can rip 2-3 players easy, whereas Nelly struggles with those situations. If Arteta coach's final third choice, he'd be so cold. You're true, but then we'd have another guy with saying the same things. Because just imagine he was here right now. Cool, Bacola. If there's 3 actions to score a goal, you've taken a good touch, you skimmed 2 players. When you need to slot it near post, you're going far post and them kind of things. So we'd be having too many guys who are saying the same things. And although our team is ticking along, we're doing our thing, we're doing what needs to be done. If I look at it without positivity or without negativity, and I just look at my attack, I still think we're Saka and inshallah. It's big up Trossard, and he's the man of the moment. You don't know I've been talking up his thing every day, every week, but I don't know how long this is going to consist. By God's grace, it does. Get where I'm going. Now, I'm having Bacola, but like I just think a lot of it. Boy, you see what we're saying about Gyökeres here? That you didn't have to be watching every Portuguese game. You just had to look on YouTube to know ugly first touch. If you accept him for 40 years, great stuff. A lot of people are watching it, and you're shocked that he looks at what he looks like. I think the same with Bacola. Like I wouldn't say he's meaty, but we would sign Bacola. We can see these things with Bacola and PSG. He would sign for Arsenal and whatever. And also, cool that Arteta can coach him out stuff, yeah, but it takes forever to unlearn bad habits and also learn good ones. So it wouldn't happen overnight. And even that, if there was one place, like if you break down our starting 11, or literally if we laid out an 11 on a pitch, you've got your defensive third, your midfield third, and obviously your final third. We know what Arteta is doing defensively. We know what he's doing in midfield. If there was one area, whether it's Arteta, whether it's their players, and he has to take responsibility because you assembled it, we're lacking in attack, innit? Because you still we ain't seeing much from Martinelli. We're not seeing. Noni's doing his thing, but in terms of goals and assists, we're not quite there. Eze, we're not quite there. Odegaard's doing his thing, but it's been 3-4 games. You get where I'm going. Bro has 2 legs and he's French. I've seen enough. Deduct 10 points from Evan. The fuck? I'm going Rodrigo over Bacola. Heck, I'm still looking at Nico Williams. Nico's moving like a yap, man. Like, once a girl's not interested, don't shout again, man. Do your thing, bro. Now, Bacola left, Saka right, Cooks. Bacola is too good to let go if he's available. End product will improve. No way is he meaty. He's definitely not meaty, and I'd be involved, but I'd rather go for him over Rodrigo purely because, I'd rather Rodrigo, but Rodrigo, I don't know for your thing. 1 minute you're leaving Madrid, and then you're not in it. If we sign another top quality cover in midfield, we could do a double at least. Boy. Surprise Arsenal not taking a chance on the Mexican lad Gabriel Mora. I see him being a 35, 45 million after the World Cup. Very talented player. Not going to lie, I can't have a player in my club who lets his gal run things like that. I hear that, but do you know how much man in life are dictated by their wife? Happy life, happy wife. You know how much footballers move and don't move because of their wife and their family. So it's not something I'm going to hold over him. But yeah, man, that's the Livramento thing. Obviously, apparently Arsenal are set for a surprise January windfall due to Nuno Tavares' impending move from Lazio. Apparently, there's rumors he could be going to the Middle East. So obviously, we've got a sell-on clause. Oh, so yeah. And we probably get some money from Guendouzi going to Fenerbahce. Thank the Lord he's not returning. Tavares, who has been underwhelming this term compared to last year. Even that, tried to tell Italian football fans, you're still talking about Tavares in the final third. He's fucking left back. You get where I'm going. We've got a 20% sell-on clause for the 25-year-old. I mean, he's not young at 25. You're mid-20s, isn't it? But he's getting a bit on. I have done a video on this guy. Arsenal are in the market for another attacker. And RB Leipzig and Ivory Coast star Yan Diomande is the top of their list, according to The Athletic. They're going to charge us an arm and a leg. You're looking at 70, 80, 90 odd million euros. At least you can bargain it down, but at least the starting thing. That is not happening in January. One of the main obstacles is the 9-figure fee that Leipzig would demand in return. Diomande has scored 6 goals and 2 assists in 14 Bundesliga matches after arriving from relegated side Leganes over the summer, which is why the club are asking for 100 million euros for the teenager. I've actually done a scouting video on him. It came out a few weeks ago. Go and check that out. It's had an interesting life. He's played in America, played in Leganes in Spain. Obviously, he's currently in Germany, and he is currently away with his country, Ivory Coast, for the Africa Cup of Nations, people. So yeah, man, that's a summer thing, if I'm honest with you, man. Diomande 60 goals would be Arsenal's club high so far this season, and his XG would rank him 5th. There's a lot of other factors around that, but yeah, you'd be our top goal scorer. But Gyökeres is technically still our top goal scorer, so I don't know how much stock you want to read into that. This is still talking about Diomande and saying, that we're monitoring him ahead of a potential summer transfer. The 19-year-old is expected to depart Leipzig at the end of the season. A fee of 86 million may be required to sign him this summer. Leipzig have no intention of allowing him to leave in January and will take a very large offer for them to consider a summer sell, as he's contracted until 2030. Quite the profit they stand to make on the 17.3 million, isn't it? Man United and Tottenham Hotspur have also been linked, people. We're also working on a deal to sign Blackburn Rovers forward Igor Tejon, England international, people, under 17s, under 18s of Polish descent, according to The Sun. The 17-year-old has been on the club's radar for some time, including the summer, but they are now prepared to get a move signed and sealed in January. He's made 3 senior appearances for Blackburn, has rejected a pro deal from the Championship club. No fee has been agreed yet, but is considered one to watch. Now, he'd obviously leave for free. They're entitled to compensation. You'd imagine the Sego juniors, players of that ilk, depart our football club in the summer or probably go on loan. We've only Harriman and Noose. If this guy could be brought in for a couple of million and progress to the first team, obviously that's great. If he comes in and he's first team ready, but not quite, and we can make some money, also great, people. So it makes sense. It helps us in the short and medium term at under 21s level. It provides us with a potential option of the future. And if I'm honest, as sad as it is, a situation we can exploit, people. And this has gone as far to say we're reportedly edging closer to signing him. We clearly wanted a striker at youth level. We tried to sign Will Wright from Salford before he obviously went to Liverpool as well, people. This is still linking us with Adyemi. This is irrelevant. This is saying we've been tracking him for the last 18 months. And obviously, should we sign him? We've obviously signed an Irish midfielder, Victor Ozanova, who's joining from Shangwet Rovers. His will be interesting because by the time he's 18, he's obviously played in the Europa League. He's playing first team football now at 16. He'll be 18. I don't know if you go back, if it makes sense you playing under 21s football. I know people can be naive and say, oh, it's Irish League, but if I was a young player, I'd rather play in the Irish top flight than on the 21s football because that's men's ball, innit? So it'd be interesting to see, like, if he'll be part of the 21s, if he'll be one of them kind of Bandulu first team players, if he might even go on loan, people. And obviously, we've got Edwin and Holger Quintero who will join next August, people, as in 2027. And yeah, like, this is just saying the same things. He's currently on scholarship terms. He's not agreed to sign a new deal. So he would be available to obviously join us. Had we have kept Chido Obi Martin, I don't know if we'd be in the market for this youth, but yeah, 6 points clear at the top. That could change before we've kicked a ball, but come on, Blackburn. I did cover this in the last live stream, but let me know your thoughts. The Premier League is not easy, says Shabozlai. You don't win it by January. So I don't think we are playing against the champions. They're playing against the champions. That's probably they know as well. We know as well. Of course, they're one of the favourites for this year. Unbelievable team, really good players. But we shouldn't also forget about City, about Villa, who is doing very good. No, we don't play against the champions. They play against the champions. I mean, he's not wrong. And Arnslot said they deserve to be in this top spot again. They have enormously strong defensive points. That might be it, their main asset. They don't have many weaknesses. They concede very rarely, whether in open play or on, set pieces. They have a good structure. They have everything to succeed. And for, a negative manager, a manager that plays with a handbrake, best attacks this season, Arsenal ranked first for XG. Not that I take too much stock in that. And we will be on the road after the Liverpool game. We'll be the first top flight team in history to play away in 4 games in 10 days. We go to Portsmouth. We then come back to London to go on to another part of London, and obviously go to Stamford Bridge. We make movements to Nottingham Forest after that to play in the Premier League. And then we go to Italy to obviously play Inter Milan and round that off. And that's our next 6 games. Liverpool, Portsmouth, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Inter, Manchester United. Trossard's been named our player of the month for December. I'm sure you're aware of it. Apparently, we are in discussions with Kai Havertz regarding a contract extension. The proposed 1-year extension would extend his current deal set to expire in 2028 to 2029. Early talks have not included any mention of a salary increase. Positive progress reported as the club looks to secure the German international's long-term future. What do we make of that? This Arteta spoke, but this is said Calafiori won't be back until mid-January, in which, to be fair, ain't next week technically mid-January. Anything in the next 2 weeks is mid-January, so it could be next week. I don't know, though, people. We've also been linked with Livramento as we've gone over. This has said we've bidded 52 million for Rodrigo this market. Really? I'll leave that with you. And Edu could be sacked by Nottingham Forest. He's stinking up the place. Edu could be sacked. I'm sure last night Zinchenko wasn't in their match day squad. So it's all mad where they're concerned, if I'm honest with you people. What is going on there? So, yeah, no Guardiola, no Diaz. Don't want to hear that. They're going to have to make it work. Which game are you going to watch? We're going to be watching Manchester City, Brighton, people. We'll be live 10 minutes before kickoff. Brighton are Duppy and City today. Nah, to be honest, I don't. Brighton's obviously caught. He's a centre mid. Brighton, he's a centre Midlands. Brighton obviously a good team in it, but I still think we put Brighton like. I don't think they're the Brighton they used to be, if that makes sense. Like the Graham Potter, the De Zerbi, I'm missing somebody out. Take nothing away from their current gaffer, Fabian. I'm missing someone else out. I feel that managed them in it. But I just think City, like they're City in it. Like Pep probably bollocked them. They know it weren't good enough and they were complacent. The only reason they lost to Chelsea is because they enjoyed the game too much. They were complacent. First half, they were living. Majority of the second, open exchanges of the second half, they were living. But what happens in life, like football, when you get complacent, when you're taking too many touches, especially when it's only 1-0, you get killed and it's smash and grab settings. City ain't beat Brighton in time, bro. Which for me, I think it's added to my point that I think they're battering them. I hope Danny Welbeck's got something for me. Don't get twisted. I hope you're right and I hope I'm wrong, bro. But I think they're dupping them. And even that, how do you approach it? Because naturally, you want City to drop points. If Brighton go win and then we go like boom, obviously you need to deal with Liverpool, but you beat Liverpool, it's even more ground. They go and beat City. I mean, they go and beat Brighton. The points are cut. That's my point. Of course, I want any gap we can have. I want to win as many games as we can and them not lose as many. But generally in January, with it being 5 odd months, 18 or so games to go, I'm not really watching what other teams are doing. When we win, I'm not getting excited. When we lose, I'm not throwing my toys out the pram. We're auditing everything. If we win and it was a dodgy win, we're going to talk about the areas of improvements. If we lose and we're positive, we're going to audit the fact that we lost. How did we lose? We need to be a bit better. The only time I'm really looking at that kind of stuff and the fluctuation, back end of March, April. Like when you get to that last 10, 18, 10 game stretch, that's when I'm taking it in. We're winning tomorrow regardless. What City do, Liverpool getting smoked by God's grace, man. By God's grace. I can't lie, I ain't letting go of my stocks in Bacola out. All these wingers were linked to. Only one who gassed me is Bacola, Diomande, and Adyemi, and these man can't chat to Trossard. DGC, my Ivorian demon, yep. Smash the likes, please, people. Helps the channel go. I need you lot this year, man. I actually need you lot, people. Like, we've been good. Last year was good, but I need us all to raise it. If this was a football club on the gaffer, I need you lot to raise it, man. Big up to the people who are consistently smashing like buttons and engaging, but I need you lot to leave more comments, not just in the live stream, but more comments under the comment section. Turn on your notification bells. We need the algorithm to put life in this channel now. Yeah. Atalanta striker is pretty good. They're in bad form, but the last 2 years he has been great. Who? Samu Amaradion is almost 2 meters tall. He's the Havertz replacement. What's wrong with Guendouzi? He's got ADHD, man. I don't think anybody likes the current striker market, man. It's just bare false nines, and we're talking about, man, working hard and all this sort of stuff, man. DG, that's the man that never got gal who think once they're gone, that's it. I don't go back over. Listen, if I walk in a forest and I walk through the same path, I'm lost. But you're right. Rodrigo will not leave if Vinny leaves. And honestly, I take Vinny over him any day of the week. He's a true winner, someone who carried the team twice to a big trophy. I'd love Vinicius Jr., but slap myself, wake up. The closest I'm getting to him is Martinelli, innit? Bro, check what Wenger says about Bacola. He spits facts about his situation. Bacola is a baller. He just needs some games and coaching. I don't think you're wrong. And big up Wenger. But sometimes our granddad smoked budge, innit? Like, I remember Alex Ferguson said Phil Jones will be the most important player in Manchester United's history. Wenger's had some clangers. I can't read too much. I'm on bringing Bacola. I'm just simply saying for some fans, don't think because we're getting Bacola, it's an immediate level raiser. Like, he's going to make you pull your hair out. Bro has long legs and he's French. I've seen enough deduct and points from Everton. That kills me, man. Seeing players more often affects young players like Adyemi stocks. I hear it. Brighton can hold City to a draw. Bro, I can't, BG. I want you lot to be right. When we start our watch along, I want you lot to be right, you know. I genuinely want you lot to be right. I think they're holding corn. I know City have no centre-backs. They're in a bit of a difficult moment. They know it don't matter if Arsenal beat Liverpool. If Liverpool beat Arsenal, they need to do their jobs. I just think, for what I know of Pep, and I don't know him from nowhere, never had a conversation with the man in my life, I just think that he's told them, listen, the foolishness you lot did against Chelsea, don't do that in this game. You need to start picking up points. I know we're City and everyone talks about the Dolphins and the Sharks circling. Brother, you lot need to fix up in it. This ain't a play thing. And even that, the players that are getting opportunities, they might take them. I just think, at best, I expect Brighton to remain competitive. They might even get an early goal. I think they're boshing them, man. I genuinely think I didn't do my FPL. Haaland bags a couple. I think Foden will be purring. You know, and even if you're them attackers, you know, Semenyo's deal's basically been completed. If you're playing on that left-hand side, boy. And I wonder if hindsight's a wonderful thing, yeah, but if City knew that they were going to buy Semenyo in January, I wonder if they would have sold that Salvio brother to Spurs. Because them ones got zanged. Sometimes I've seen, and especially around Brazilian players, sometimes some clubs have almost zanged themselves, you know. Like, I'm sure Barcelona were bidded 80 million for Richarlison one time. We play big up, Trossard. Because sometimes the L turns into a W. Imagine we spent that bread on Mudryk. Now, granted, Mudryk could have been in a different realm. He could have been amazing, and he's the beacon of hope for Ukrainian football, but he would have been banned. Like, I think it's his birthday today. He would have been banned. He would have stunk up the place. He would have been shit. I'd have been looking at both Edu and Arteta like, oh, what's going on there, brother? No matter what he tells them, it's Koznoff and them, man, broski. To be fair, I like Koznoff, but he's young. Welbeck showed the experience, man. Show the experience. We're almost at 72k. Agreed. We need to up the engagement. We need to, man, because, well, you know, that's how many times I sit here and get upset. See us on like 900 and some. Well, when we've crossed the 900, but there was a second we was like on 898, and then 1 minute it's going to 892, and then it's going on. And I know you're not supposed to look at these things, man. I need you lot, people. I honestly need you lot this year. I need you lot, man. I need you lot. DG, this is a full day of streams. Roll to 100k. Smash the likes for his due diligence. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I hope by 2028 we grab that in it. The question was set up in a weird way, fam. Arsenal hate. You know how they are, bro. That Trossard deal saved us from that Mudryk, bro. I'm just going to choose to think if we signed Mudryk, it would have been mad. But everything happens for a reason, innit? It's dark. City will probably win, but their defense is food. I need Danny Welbeck to do something. To all Arsenal fans, we're coming for you, mate. Why for that? But I hear you, man. I hear that. Coming for you up the City. May the best team win, my brother. But just because I am conscious of time, people, I could have easily shagged this live stream. But we're going to end this one just so I can race around, get everything sorted. Because it's watch along business literally in 4 minutes, people. We will be watching Manchester City against Brighton. I believe this stream will take you over there. But yeah, man, appreciate you lot that have been supporting not just this stream, but in general. It's been a jam-packed day of content. So yeah, man. And if I haven't seen you lot since the year started, then yeah, man, happy 2026. But yeah, let me go and do that. On that note, people, one love. And don't forget, watch along against Liverpool tomorrow as well.
I think it's like